Manifestation. Let's talk about it. Whew, tough call. I get a lot of emails from you guys about it. Most emails that I get crack me up because it's like, I want to make money. And that's it. To those of you that only send that, I would ask you, what are you giving back? Because manifestation is a collaboration, I would say, between you and the universe. There's different ways of doing it. I myself tried several ways. The best way to do it would be to basically align with what your soul wants. It's not what your mind tells you you want. A lot of us are constructed based on what our parents want us to be, what society wants us to be, what this, that, and the other shapes us into. And then we get to a place where we're probably depressed because we're not understanding shit, because that's not our soul necessarily. You know, how others constructed us or how everything else constructed us is not necessarily who we are. So how do we know from that place what we really want? Now, our soul knows what's best for us and what we really want that's best for us. What we think we want, yeah, that doesn't really work out. That's why a lot of the times manifestation doesn't work when you think you know what you want and the universe doesn't deliver, because that's not really what you want, or that's not really for the best interest of your higher self. Tough topic. Let me warm up a little bit for it. No, there's nothing really to warm up about. I'm sure a lot of you already know how it works. Now, how you get to make it work for you, and I would start with my homework for you guys for this one. Get to know your higher self. Get to know who you truly are. Expose yourself to yourself first, and then the world will know you. The world will follow along. As long as you're honest with yourself and as long as you know yourself truly to the core, not what you're shaped out to be, that's when manifestation will start working. Because it's basically an equal give and take kind of energy. Think of it like that, with the universe. The universe always delivers. When you're in a place of alignment within yourself, that's when you get in a place of alignment with the universe. That's when things start happening. Most times we get there through something very painful, very traumatic, very like it ripped us apart kind of thing. And we think we're there a lot of the times. And most times we're not. Trust me, we're not. When we think we've hit the worst, no. So if you think about as working together with the universe kind of energy, then you'll start to get it. You'll start to understand it. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, because again, it needs to come from your true self, who you truly are. And a lot of people still are discovering that, and it's okay. It can take a lifetime. It can take not a lifetime for some people. They just come in, they just know, you know. But for most people, it does take a lot of time to discover themselves, to rediscover themselves, to bring out that true self to the surface. And that's the place where manifestation comes from, in my experience at least. You know, you can watch 1,000 videos about how to do it, how to visualize, how to create, all sorts of things. And I've tried a bunch of things. So I took from here, from there, from everywhere, and then I reached my own conclusion about how to manifest. But my general idea about it is equal give and take. The universe gives all the time. You're receiving from the universe all the time. As long as you give back to it something. Even when you don't give something, because a lot of people take it into that place of, oh, what do I give the universe? I got to find a gift to give the universe. No, you're always given to the universe. To take you into the simplest way of describing this for you, let's start with the concept of we're creating everything that's happening for us. Everything is happening for us, but we're creating it. Let me give you examples. Think of one day where you've had this massive, massive bad luck. And then the next day again, and then again. And then a day of bad luck turns into a week of bad luck, a month of bad luck, a year of bad luck. And you keep getting followed by this cloud of bad luck. right? And at some point, you're like, okay, enough. When is this gonna end? I can't take it anymore. You're kind of creating it. You're kind of creating it because you're anticipating that something worse is going to happen. That, oh my God, I've been through this. What else can go wrong? And the universe is like, oh, yeah? You think nothing else can go wrong? Here you go. And then you're like, okay, I better shut up. And that's how you manifest it. That's how you create it. And what started it all, you also created it. Now, I don't know how. It depends on each of us individually. Again, I'm going to tell you, you're creating that. And you may not like it, but if I tell you that you're creating the lucky strike wave that you're riding, and that it feels beautiful, and that you feel so lucky this one day, and then it turns into a week, and then it turns into a year, and then I want to meet you if you get into that place where that thing turns into a year, that lucky strike. Because we usually stop it with our own fear of, oh my God, it's too good to be true kind of thing. Is it ever going to stop? And the universe kind of hears, stop? Did they say stop? Okay, let's stop it. It's coming from your own fear, basically, the disruption of your own manifestation. So when you get to the point of understanding how it actually works and how you are creating and manifesting everything that is right in front of you, that's when you'll get how manifestation works. And that's when things are going to start tying up in such a beautiful way that you don't even have to call it manifestation. You can call it energy exchange. Because that's what it is, ultimately. You know, you're working with the universe all the freaking time. And if you're coming from a negative place, the universe is going to respond. If you're coming from a positive place, the universe is going to respond. Now, that doesn't mean go home and look for positive quotes and fill your head with positive things, and then the universe is going to give you positive things. No. You have to truly be in that sense of self-acknowledgement of your soul, of who you truly are, and be truthful about it, even if it sucks, even if at times you find yourself to be an ass, or, oh my God, I did this, you know, taking responsibility. That's another chapter. We'll talk about it in another video. But owning who you are. And take it from that point where you acknowledge who you are, you recognize who you are, you love who you are, you accept who you are, and there's a shift, there's an alignment happening inside of you. That's the place where it needs to happen first. Once you give that to the universe, here I am with all I am, the universe loves that. It's like freaking candy for the universe. It's like, oh, okay, here's a reward for you. And then manifestations are going to come pouring in like no tomorrow. Like I tried, I gotta admit, I've been in your shoes. I've looked at different videos. I've looked at different ways of manifesting. But at the same time, I had an understanding that it doesn't necessarily work like most people think it works. You know, like getting those emails. I want money. How do I get money? When I manifested that for myself, I manifested it with the understanding that it's not going to bring me emotional happiness. I was manifesting exactly like that. I know it's not going to bring me happiness, but I want that support. I want to not have to worry about that. And I went on manifesting, and it showed up in the most unexpected way, but it did. Love. It's hard to manifest love, especially if you're focused on one particular individual, because you're trying to interfere with their free will. And manifestation doesn't really work like that. If you're trying to manifest love as a general kind of idea of I'm open to love, whatever resonates with me, whatever fits with me vibrationally, I'm here for it, then who knows? The universe might send it. A lot of the times the universe sends it and we don't recognize it, and we even run the opposite way, even though we're asking for it, because that's how we do it. But yeah, with love, it's a little bit, because if it's tied up to a particular person, then you're tying yourself up to someone's free will. And imagine if someone would do that to you. Would that work out? maybe you would show up, but then you would be like, what kind of energy is this? What am I feeling? What is this? So with that, I'm not necessarily an expert, and that's when magic and all sorts of things interfere, and I'm not an advocate for that, to be honest, about, interfering with people's free will, interfering with what's going on out there. I wanted to take you guys out there for a real fire. I got you, this inside fire that works out just fine, but I wanted to, be out there with you guys and talk to you guys about this. Outside, but there's a storm coming. And I'm not going to say, universe, I need to make a video. Can you please give me 10 to 20 minutes to figure this thing out, to start a fire, and then put it out, and then bring out the tornado that you're planning to bring, or whatever it is that you're cooking there? No. Because I don't work like that. I'm respectful to whatever nature wants to bring in. Things that I want for myself, I found myself manifesting without even knowing I was doing it. And how I did it, exactly like the homework I gave to you guys. I started to put a lot of work into myself. I started to align fully with who I was, who I am. And I accepted that. The good, the bad, the ugly, the everything. And I know a lot of people don't want to go there because there's a lot of things that we don't want to look at, that we may run from taking responsibility for, that it's okay to say, I was an ass in that situation, or I shouldn't have done that, but I did it, or who knows how many things you're going to find there. But start digging. Otherwise, manifestation is not going to work. The universe responds to what's inside of you. I'm sure a lot of you know that expression, as within, so without. That talks about everything I just talked about. That talks about what's inside of you is going to come manifest outside of you. The energy that you're carrying, you're going to see it all around you, in your life, in your friends, in your family. I get a lot of people frustrated about, why is the world like this? Why are people mean? Why is this? Why is that? Everybody has their frustration about that. But how can you change that? Can you change the world? And you're going to say, no, I tried. I don't know what you're going to say, but it starts with you. Because creating that shift within you is going to create a shift outside of you. And your family, your friends, your everything that surrounds you is going to be affected by that. Believe it or not, it's going to happen. And when you're going to start seeing that, you're going to be like, whoa, what just happened? Them, on their own, they're going to go out there and they're going to spread that energy around. That's how the world changes. But that's manifestation for you. That's how we manifest. That's how we create. And believing that, oh my God, I want to be rich and I don't have to do anything in this world. I just deserve it because I do. I would question you. I would be like, why do you deserve it? What do you put out there? What do you give? Nothing, but I deserve to be rich because of that. The universe is never going to respond with that, with, here you go, here's $1 million, be rich, or 2 or 3 or 10, get 100. Because no, in my own experience, I didn't see it happening that way. I've tried several videos, as I said. I've tried the visualization part. That worked too, I gotta admit. But you gotta really feel and believe that that's your life. Say you want a car, a specific car. Well, you're gonna go buy that car every day and you're gonna start seeing it a lot if you're manifesting it right. And then you're gonna believe at some point that that's your car. You just gave it to a friend for a ride, but that's yours. Start visualizing like that. Know the size of the trunk, the size of the seats, how clean it is inside, how dirty it is, how everything that it can be inside. But be in that car as if it's yours. Don't go physically because people might sue you. But visualize it. Picture yourself in there to the point of believing that it's yours. That's all there is to it about manifestation. It's just a matter of aligning within yourself first. Aligning with who you are first. And then naturally, that whole work with the universe is going to come into play. That energy exchange, that law of attraction, if you want. They all stand under the same principles. They all work kind of the same. What you are, you attract. What you are, you put out there. And it's going to shape up into who you are, what your world is, everything you are. And that's the place where you manifest from. I manifested my life. I started manifesting my current life 3 years ago, I would say. A little more than that. I had no idea I was manifesting that. No idea I was doing it. But little by little, this manifestation, like a brick on top of another, started to create itself. And then here I was living this. And let me tell you, when I pictured it, it wasn't like this. This is better than I had pictured. And it's going to be like that for a lot of people if they allow themselves to receive what's coming their way. Because you're asking for an energy, basically. Yeah, I created a picture. But if the picture didn't look the same, did I say no to it? Did I say, screw off? No, not this. No. Build a picture. Think of the energy that that picture creates. Visualize that energy. Feel that energy. The universe is going to send it. And then brick by brick, just like you constructed your manifestation, your life is going to start looking or shaping in that way. If it's the right thing for you. Again, you need to know who you are first. You need to know yourself first. And that's the place where you manifest from. And always understand there's an equal give and take. You and the universe are working together on this. It's not just you sitting out there being like, hey, come on, send something to me. I can't wait. No. So, homework. Get to know yourself. To manifest properly, get to know yourself. Do not manifest from the part of the brain that comes in with fear for you, that creates that fear of, if I don't have this person, I'm going to be lost. I'm going to be like, oh my God, well, the things that are going to happen, I can't even tell you. But I have to have them in order for me to be happy. That's fear. It's not a place to manifest from. Do not manifest out of ego. Do not manifest out of desire. Manifest from the place within that tells you what's good for you. That's something to be felt more than thought of. And that can be found in a lot of places, in silence, in feeling, in being present, in starting to get to know yourself a lot. Deep. Go deep. And then you tell me your ways of manifesting in the comment section. As I said, I've tried a bunch of them, but my conclusion is it all comes only when you know you, and you know what you want, basically. See you next time.